Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. I'm here with Stephen Peacock from RFN Performance Coaching. How you doing, Stephen?
Hi, good morning, Mike. Yes, very well today. Thank
Good
you very
stuff.
much.
Thanks very much for being on the call with us this morning. So if you could start us off and just give us a bit more background as to exactly who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it for, please, Stephen.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, my key focus for Arafen Performance Coaching is helping people with behavioural awareness.
Mhm.
A bit more background about myself. I spent a long time in a corporate environment in the power industry, both in a technical role and laterally in managerial and leadership roles. So behaviour and how people behave is very, very important to me from what I've learned over my career. The key focus niche areas for my business are one, golf mindset
Mhm.
coaching, how we behave on the golf course and how that affects our performance, and also in a business and in personal situations, how our behavioural awareness can really be fundamentally key to having good interactions with your manager, your peer group, people who
Mhm.
work in your team.
Brilliant. So what made you want to go from the corporate power world into mindset coaching?
So that came to the point in my career where I was 34 years in the power industry with the roles I mentioned.
Mhm.
And it was time for a change. It was time I took early retirement, had that opportunity. We moved from Glasgow down to the York area. And I think coaching was something that in the latter stages of my career with Scottish Power that was of a real interest to me. Spent
Mhm.
a lot of time with young graduates, young engineers, mentoring and coaching them. So that set me in the path.
Yeah.
When I moved, I did my coaching qualification, ILM level 7 coaching qualification, set up my business, and then COVID struck, which was interesting.
Yeah. And did you, in terms of the effect of COVID, what was that for you?
It was interesting because when you're starting your own business, you want to get out there, you want to network, you want to
Mhm.
meet people, and it was quite restrictive. So a lot
Sure.
of online networking, which I wouldn't say, to be honest, is a real strength of mine. I do prefer to engage with people face to face.
Sure.
So that was a bit of a challenge for me. But you start the journey, and then obviously COVID ends, and you
Yeah.
move on and develop.
Brilliant. So in terms of someone coming to you, you've got obviously the golf side, as well as the kind of the mind intertwined with the kind of the mindset and I suppose corporate side of being able to help people. Um, if people were to come to you over somebody else, what would the reason kind of be that makes you stand out, I guess?
Yeah, thanks. So, firstly, real extensive experience in business,
Mhm.
both as a team member, experiencing being managed, and also as a manager and a leader. So, first and foremost, fab experience there. I've got a high level coaching qualification, and I really recommend people doing coaching to get properly qualified.
Mhm.
A real passion for helping people work on their behaviour. Because I know personally, looking back, sometimes my behaviour hasn't been the best for various reasons under stress and pressure. And you look back and go, oh, I could have been a lot better there. And how do I
Mhm.
learn to be better? And curiosity really is key as well there, Mike.
Yeah.
Being curious when you're talking to people, listening to people. These are the things that I really want to focus on and build on.
Fantastic. It is a fascinating subject. As you say, we're all we can be all things at any one time in terms of how we respond to situations and habitual behaviors. And then if you have that awareness to step back and go and not, be kind to yourself in as much as, okay, I reacted in that way. What was the, as you say, curiosity? What was the reason for that reaction? Why did I respond that way? And how could it be better next time? next time may come up and you may end up responding slightly better, but perhaps not in the exact way you want, but it's a process, isn't it? So
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we completely get that. It's just, action coach here in terms of helping people and business owners kind of understand, similar things. So it's a really good area of focus that you're in. What are the challenges and opportunities for yourself as a business owner, and the sector that you work in?
so I suppose the challenge is COVID's obviously gone and long
Hmm.
gone, thank goodness. The challenges for me now is one, there's a lot of competition there as a
Hmm.
coach. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people doing coaching. Uh, so that's one thing. So to stand out, you've got to get out there. You've got to integrate with people. You've got to meet people. Um, Another challenge is that people don't often realise how powerful and how great coaching can be until they've experienced. And that,
Sure.
for me, I think I've been guilty when I started out, when I was networking, talking to people, talking about me, talking about what I do.
Yeah.
I've learned that that can turn people off, and I don't want to hear about you. I really want you to listen to me. And
Hmm.
so the key challenge for me then, and the growth area for me has been to learn to listen more,
Hmm.
ask key questions, and understand what an individual's own challenges, pain points might be, and then gently sort of focus on how can I help you, and then that potential coachee goes, this person can actually, he's listened to me, he can actually help me with this. So
Sure.
that's a big challenge, and that's a learning for me in a growth area that
Yeah.
I'm currently still working on because
I don't think it ever ends, does it, in terms of that
no,
way of moving through life, really? The ability to listen and really be present with somebody and ask that, as you say, that's how can I help them, and have that front of mind, which again habitually may not be something traditionally that you've done, or through previous work, or how you assumed that's the way you act. So it's a really good share on that. And we definitely here as well concur about the power of coaching, but until someone experiences it, it's a bit of an unknown, really.
yeah, yep, yeah, I would
So
agree.
yeah, it's definitely a challenge, but also a great opportunity in the space. And the more people that can do it and help, I suppose, bring the benefits of it to the fore, then that's a good thing. So, in terms of your biggest lesson as a business owner, Stephen, or perhaps in your experience to date, if there's one experience in business, a lesson that you could share, pick out, what would that be?
Key learnings for me, first, there's a few I've got really that come to mind. One, keep learning.
Mhm.
It's very important to keep up to date, keep reading, keep up to date, keep engaging. It's very important to keep engaging with people. It's very easy to maybe sit behind a computer and make posts on LinkedIn, and not to say that's not important, that's got its part, but not at the expense of really getting out there and engaging with people face to face. Plan
Brilliant.
preparations key.
Yeah.
And the last thing really for me is be resilient, because we're all going to face ups and downs, and resilience is really, really important. What I call bounce back ability when we have setbacks.
Yeah, fantastic. Sounds like a person of experience talking there with that kind of stuff shared. Is there a framework that you use when you're with your clients then, along those kind of aspects that you've learned?
Well, it's quite interesting you say that about frameworks, because in coaching there are a variety of frameworks we can use.
Hmm.
I've graduated now not to really be too constrained by a framework. I've
Hmm.
graduated now just to sit down and talk and listen. And then naturally from the experience, the conversation can flow. And I think
Yeah,
that works a lot better than trying to be too rigid, because it can be too formulaic. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
I definitely approach my coaching sessions now.
Coach the individual. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they want. Fantastic. Um, in terms of does that apply across sports as well as kind of business?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. Because the way I do the golf mindset coaching is I would sit down for half an hour, 40 minutes with
Hmm.
somebody in the clubhouse. And I've got a little bit of a pro forma that I would
Sure.
ask them questions and build a picture, and then would go out and I'd walk around with them for five or six holes and just pose them questions, see how they react to certain
Hmm.
situations. And then they would get a personalised report afterwards with highlight of what we discussed, what we found, and some key exercises specifics. It's a real personal approach and specific exercises that they can work on. And one might just be something as simple as using breathing techniques just to
Hmm.
reduce tension. So that's the approach there.
Nice. And does the relationship carry on after that? If once you've done that assessment, is it an ongoing coaching opportunity, or
Yeah.
is it? Does some people say thanks very much and take what you've just given me, and I will endeavour to create my new habits on my own? How does it work?
So I think you'll get a bit of both, and
Hmm.
sometimes you'll just get an individual and to be honest, for some people they might try it, it doesn't help them, it doesn't strike a chord, and that's
Sure.
you might get somebody who goes, yeah, that's helped me, I'll go away and work at it. And there's a couple of people who I've just done some work with recently who definitely want to follow up. So this is a
Yeah.
work in progress for me. It's fairly new, the golf
Hmm.
mindset. So I'm building that part of my business. So there are a couple of people who are coming back to me, which is heartening.
Great. Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's really good. In terms of your inspiration, then, Stephen, I can kind of guess from some of the things we've chatted about in this conversation, but kind of in your own words, what inspires you to keep going out, putting yourself out there as a performance coach?
So it's a real desire to help other people, and I don't know if I alluded to it already, but in my own personal experience, I've caused myself a few problems in life by the way I've behaved without realizing why and
Yeah.
understanding why I've reacted in a certain way. If I can help people in a similar position understand their own behavioral style, understand that of others, understand why they behave a certain way in the golf course or in business, um, then that's a real passion for me because I know it can make such a difference.
Love that. Ultimately, as a personal belief or understanding that that's how things will change uh, for the better, is everyone having a bit more of a self-awareness and a ability to reflect and understand sort of what's going on and potentially why and how that can be changed and a bit of self-responsibility around that. So I love that answer. Thank you very much, just on a personal level. So then, if you were to give yourself some advice just starting out at 18 on, well, with hindsight, you've mentioned some of the experiences, perhaps behavioral reflections that you've had over time. What would that piece of advice be at 18?
So I think being qualified in something that you're passionate about is important.
Hmm.
It's really key not to waste a lot of time on doing something that you think others want you to do. Um, Really find something that you're passionate about, something you're interested in, and follow that. But get qualified properly in that area. That's appropriate. Be passionate about it. And as I said before, we all have setbacks in life, in business, in sport, and the bounce back ability factor is key. So be resilient. And once you get experience in that and you've had that bounce back a couple of times, well, yeah, that was a setback. I know I
Hmm.
can bounce back again. And you get that experience and confidence to meet these challenges. So that's advice I would give. But
Nice.
in a nutshell, is find something that you're really interested in.
Yeah. Really, really important to do. Sometimes it can be difficult when you start out. You've got to try a lot of things, kiss a lot of frogs. Some people
Yeah,
know what they want to do. It's a mixed
yeah,
bag in it. But yeah, definitely to kind of persevere with that. That there is something for you out there, sort of more purpose driven, I guess, to be doing. Nice. So, in terms of latest news, then about what you're up to, Stephen, or even it's a case of sharing contact details, website, people would like to get in touch with you, feel free to do that now.
yeah. So Arafen Performance Coaching is the business. Got a website, golf mindset coaching.co.uk. And you can find me on LinkedIn as well. I'm under Arafen Performance Coaching, Stephen Peacock. It'd be great to engage with anybody that wants to have a meeting, have a chat, whether it's online or face to face, just to find out a little bit more about what I can do, how I can support them, how I can help them in their behavioural journey.
Excellent. I'll share the links to things in the copy and under the video when we do that. Stephen, it's been a real pleasure talking with you, and yeah, fantastic to speak to someone in the fellow coaching area. So I wish you all the best for the future success of what you do.
Thank you very much, mate.